This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.
You're still listening to Radio Now 95.3 FM Lagos. We return to the conversations, this time out of Edo State, where the Benin Traditional Council has released a statement condemning the installation of an Iyaloja-General in the state by Mrs. Folashade Tinubu-Ojo. The daughter of the president had, on the 30th of September 2025, installed Josephine Iyaloja-General as Iyaloja of Edo at a ceremony in Government House. The statement by the palace also explained that the leadership of the market is determined by the markets themselves and affirmed by the palace under the title Iyeki. Joining the conversation is Tony Abolo, a social commentator. Good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us on the conversation.
Thank you.
So, can you give us an explanation of the situation at the moment?
The thing is, everybody's down in the crisis. The Omonoba, that's the Oba of Benin Kingdom, has spoken with the market women, the Ihueki, that's market women, told them, go back, continue your trade, to maintain our traditions, and just stay out of any crisis. Then the government has not issued any release because I think it was thoroughly embarrassed. And therefore, the only thing they're doing is to keep signing. And that's all they're managing, how they're managing their own side of the crisis. Beyond that, people are just online complaining and talking. But that's all. It's not that there is any fracas or anything now.
Mr. Obolo, can you help us? Can you help us understand why this position is important? So we're talking Edo State now, so this would be the Ihueki position. Speak to us about the historical context.
The truth of the matter is, incidentally, I just hope it is correct because it was online. I read the response from Folashade, expressing her anger and sadness at what the whole thing has turned out and the embarrassment she has gotten. And she blames the Florence lady, who was crowned by her in the festival hall of the government house as the Iyaloja of Edo State. And what happened was, they wrote a letter as far back as April last year, or she wrote a letter to the Oba that she was going to make a courtesy call.
Mr. Abolo, my apologies for interrupting you. We want to get a sense of why the Iyeki position is important amongst the Benin people.
Well, among the Benin, it's regarded as the Iyeki, and usually the Iyeki is for a market. That is the head of the market. They're all different. There's no such thing as a combined position. You are the Iyeki of the Oba market, Iyeki of Agbado market, Iyeki of Ostelu market. Everybody's different. Now, they have a spiritual thing that is a shrine inside each market that they worship and they do the ceremony on behalf of the Oba of the Benin. And therefore, it's related to the hierarchical nature of how Benin runs the system, and it is a relationship between the market and the Oba of Benin. That is why it is important. And you don't want an outsider or any other system other than what they have already put in place.
So, with the entrance or the idea of an Iyaloja into the existing hierarchy, you've talked to us about how the Oba has called on market women to return and just carry out their activities peacefully. And you were trying to tell us about a reaction from the daughter of the president, Folashade Tinubu-Ojo.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct. I said the Oba has called the market women to call it a peace rally and then advised that they should not create any problems. Let them continue their trade. And that's all. The Folashade thing is that she complained that she had done a letter and she thought all was well. And it was in good place for her to come and do what she's doing nearly a year later. But the truth of the matter is that when she did the letter, Obaseki was the governor of the state. So maybe for whatever reason, either the governor, the Oba were not in tune, or they wanted to do it, but it was not just convenient. Maybe whatever was the reason. But the truth of the matter was, as long as she wrote that letter, she thought all was well. And she was given the confidence that she could come and do what she had to do. But then it turned out that by the time she came, it was APC. I'm telling that she is the daughter of the, and as she claimed, she is the first daughter of the president of Nigeria. Therefore, he could use that cover of APC to come and do what she's doing, and the governor of the state is APC. So maybe she thought all was well. And so she came, and she felt completely embarrassed by the reaction, both of the palace, because the palace knew that it's an unknown structure, and therefore nobody was going to take it. And then more embarrassed that the ceremony was performed in the festival hall before they came to the palace. So everything was rather odd, very, very odd. And so people took offense, but they're not raised it to the high end. That's
Right.
the truth.
Do we know why it is she's trying to introduce this structure into Edo?
Why what?
Why she's trying to introduce this, essentially this foreign unknown structure? Do we know why she's getting into Edo market structures?
We can conjecture it was 2027. And because she felt that if she had a structure of all the market women, all in Edo State, in one umbrella, it was like, give everybody an instruction. And so I will now tell you, you all will vote for my father, who's going to contest in 2027. So it is political.
Mr.
And whereas here it is a spiritual thing, and they will call it spiritual and religious, and therefore it was not going to make. Religion, politics, culture, they don't seem to make.
Mr. Abolo, thank you very much for your time on this conversation. Tony Abolo is our guest, speaking to us about the installation of an Iyaloja-General of Edo markets. As Mr. Abolo tells us, it is, in his words, a conjecture towards the 2027 elections and the possible rerun of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for 2027. We're going to continue to keep an eye on this conversation and follow up with it right here on your Beyond the News station. For now, we urge you to stay tuned. In a few short moments, our conversations turn towards the National Assembly as we bring you the latest conversations out of the legislature.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.